Yeah, it started. So, anyone here for the first time on TNT or on my conversations for the first time?
It isn't my first time in TNT, but it's my first time with you.
So nice to see you here. Welcome to my meetings, at least. And yeah, it's really great to see you here. And I hope we can talk a lot about different things. And I hope you come back to my meetings if you have time. So, girls, and so first of all, let me introduce myself. As always, I'm Luana. I'll be your hostess today. I'm here since as a host. I'm not a teacher. Yeah.
Your connect is not good. You're frozen all the time. Now you are frozen.
Yeah. She's good.
Yeah. Now can you listen?
Yeah.
I think with the camera open, it's just lower, you know. So I'll try to be like this until it gets better.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just introducing myself again. I'll be your hostess today. I'm here to help you with your English. I'm not a teacher, actually. I'm just here to talk to you guys about different topics and to learn with you. And so, as always, I need you guys to introduce yourself. So, Ana Paula, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Okay, hello everyone, good morning. I am Ana Paula, I live in São José do Rio Preto, São Paulo. I am 58, I am married. I worked as a chemistry teacher. I've been retired since February 2020. I've been studying English on TNT since February 2022. That's it about me.
So nice to see you here. Wanda, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Okay, I'm Wanda. I'm from Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. I have 2 sons, 1 grandson, 2 daughters-in-law, and 2 cats. It's that. Ayala, how about you?
Hello, good morning, guys. My name is Ayla. I live in Belém with my family, my daughter and my husband and our little dog. I work as a public servant for about 10 years, and I've been studying English uh, 2 years more or less. Yeah, these days, 2 years more or less. Almost 3 years, I think. And it was a long time I had a meeting with you, Luana. But I'm here on TNT almost every day. I'm here, and it's a pleasure to be here again. So that's it.
Yeah, nice to see you here. So, Jaqueline, what about you?
Hello, I'm 28. I'm from Curitiba. I have 2 pets. I'm a web developer, and I'm on TNT since in December.
So, Victoria, what about you?
Hello, good morning. I'm Victoria. I am 24. I live in Rio. I'm a nurse student and I'm here just to practice. Don't forget anything in English like it used to be. So, yeah.
So now that we've introduced ourselves, we can start with the topic. Let me just copy the questions for you guys. So I put it on the chat. And we are gonna talk about manners and about being polite with other people. It's really important to talk about it. So I brought this topic. And yeah, let's start. Question 1. Can you guys read the questions first of all? Yeah.
I can. What are some things that people to do be polite? I think to say bad words like good words like pardon, excuse me, good morning, greetings in general. I think get empathy and see another person and see the place of another person, see the feelings, etc. I think that. How about you, Ana Paula?
Yes, I agree with you. I think when the person is polite, the person says good morning and pay attention when another person is talking to you and be respect. And yeah, I think about that. How about you, Ayla?
Yeah, I agree with us, with you. I think the basic manners is to show, to treat someone with kindness and to be empathy when for example, people who are hurt, and to offer help when people are in need. Uh, yeah, I think the basic is are these examples for me. And Victoria.
Okay, I believe there is a lot of examples, but for me, it's more like, helping other person, older one, and don't touch other person without permission when you're talking or whenever, you know. And I don't know. There is a not the simple ones like things. Excuse me, like okay, this one is interesting too, but you know, I believe don't throw your garbage on the street. I believe this one is annoying me a lot. I don't know. And treat everybody equal, at the same way, in a good way. So, what about you, Jacqueline?
I believe it is all that you already said. You greet people when you arrive, or you are are going away from places and you meet people, do not interrupt when people are talking. And I believe is that.
Yeah, I think I agree a little bit with all of you. I think when you are trying to be polite, you try to treat people in a good way. And for example, I think don't interrupt the conversation that we're talking, like Jacqueline said, when you're talking to somebody and another person interrupts the conversation, I think that's impolite too. So I agree. And I think the garbage, like Victoria said, I think that's also an impolite thing to do. And yeah, I think a little bit of all of you guys, what you guys said. And yeah, so let's go to question 2 then. What are some examples of impolite behavior that you have noticed? So in your routine, like what you do daily and you notice the people around you that they do like daily. They impolite thing.
Yeah, I start. Some example, a rude person. I never like a shouting person. It's so really impolite to shout with another one. It's a good example. And garbage in the street is a good example too. His impolite behavior is a lack of empathy, I think. You you get rude with you don't have empathy with another one, and you see the word is for you. I think it is that. And for you, Victoria.
I believe there isn't a lot of examples in my routine, but there is one that I hate a lot. It's when I'm talking to the person and the person is playing video game or being the cell phone. Like, oh my god, if I'm talking to you, I'm I want to the person pay attention in me. It's not if I was talking with the person or with the wall, it's like the same if the person is playing video game or like being the cell phone, doing whatever the person is doing. I believe this one is the most thing that I hate in my routine. So what about you, Ana Paula?
I totally agree with you. I think it's bad when you are talking to another person and the person is checking your cell phone, and for me it's terrible. I I try all the time don't do that because I don't like. I think it's terrible, and when nowadays it's very difficult because the most of the people and don't respect your opinion, and the person sometimes is rude with you because that, and I don't like this behavior. Or about you said when you are talking to another person or a friend, and when you finished to tell your history or your feelings, the person starts to talk about other thing totally different you are talking, and the person wasn't paying attention, and you are talking to, and for me, most of the time I don't like to talk about my intimate life, I don't know exactly, but when this situation happens with me, I try don't talk to this person about my feelings, my situation, because I think the behavior is impolite. How about you, Jaqueline?
I think for me that makes me angry when people do not greet me when I say hello, good morning, and the people just ask what you want, what they want, um, and they do not respond the greeting you just gave to them. And it happens a lot in my day.
So for me, there are a lot of situations, impolite behavior I've noticed. But I agree with you said about, I think it's terrible when we are talking to someone and he or she is looking at her or his cell phone all the time. I think it's terrible. It's a bad and polite behavior. And besides, I think when people listen to music too loud, that's annoy me a lot. I don't like at all. It's difficult when there is that the situation around my neighborhood, and I remember now that bad behavior when I'm on the public transportation and there are, for example, disabled or elderly people, and older people don't offer them your seat. It's difficult. It's bad. So, and I think about the garbage. It's a good example. People don't worry about your garbage and put on the street. It's terrible as well. And in my city, we are a serious problem about this. And yeah. So guys, can I read the next?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It is difficult to know what is polite and what is rude. When have you been injured? Uh, I I think I don't understand uh, well this question. When have you been injured, Luana?
Unsure. It's like,
Unsure,
yeah, when you,
unsure. Inseguro?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think It depends. I think it depends on the situation because, for example, when I'm on in a bad situation and I'm scary or and people for example, when I need to the same service and I ask someone and in the store, for example, and the person don't answer it or I don't know, uh, seems kind of rude. Uh, I think in the first moment, I I I will try to I will try to ask again. Because sometimes there are a lot of people in the stores and difficult to answer uh, all of them. But it's after I ask her or him again, and they don't answer me, I give up. I probably don't return in that store. I think it's I like simple. Yeah. And Joanna Paula, what about this question?
Yes, yes. I believe there are a lot of rules in our society. How about you? We talked and the good behaviors, but I think it depends the moment and the person is living, is feeling, and for example, in my case, I am trying to speak what I am feeling because I've always been quiet and I didn't speak what I was feeling. And nowadays, when I face some words and some question for some persons, oh my God, in my case, I feel a little bit strange. Oh, will it be polite or rude about myself? Because now I am speaking what I am feeling. And sometimes for me, it's difficult. And I believe we have to respect another person. And because some persons are a little bit rude. No, the person speak what the person say or feelings, and no, my God, the person is very rude. Yes, sometimes I think we have this behavior in determinate situation, but I believe sometimes nowadays it's very difficult to speak what we are feeling. And at the moment I am feeling this situation in my family, because in my family it's closer for me, and I think sometimes I express my feeling, my emotions, and my husband or my daughter, mom, yeah, what is happening with you? And I believe I am talking about my feelings, my emotions, and sometimes as I've always been very, very polite and quiet, and I think when I speak some different word or some different emotion, I think it's difficult for my family accept this situation. But I think I've been unsure sometimes about that. How about you, Wanda?
I follow you. It's you both. It's difficult, but I bring another kind of thing. Like all countries have rules for rudeness and politeness. Like one day I talked to my son. My son lives in USA, and I said to him, I need to pee. And he answered me, no peace. Peace is rude. You need to pee. One S. One S is the difference of rudeness and politeness. If you said, I need to pee, okay, normally, usually. If you said, I need to pee, rudeness, terrible. For us, we think, what the difference? But is a rule for USA. Another rule is for another country, another situations. It's difficult. I spend time in Arabic countries. Rudeness and politeness is totally different. When a person offer you a cafe, for example, in determinate place, you can't avoid this cough. You need to drink, and it's politeness, rudeness. It's different in all the parts of the world. Our societies have many rules, and you get strength, unsure what I can avoid the invitation, or it's impossible to avoid because of its rudeness, and many things like that. And for you, Luana?
Yeah, I think I agree with you with what you said, because like here in Brazil, we have a lot of things like this. I think I've said this in another conversation, like when you go to a person's house and they ask you like, do you want to eat something or to drink something? It's polite to say no. If you say yes, then that's unpolite. And I believe that for a foreigner, if they come to Brazil, they may think that's weird because it's part of our behavior, our culture. So I agree with you that every country has a way of being polite, and maybe something that is polite for us in another country, it's not. So yeah, I agree with that part. And anyone else needs to speak? I think yes. Right?
So
Jacqueline, did you speak?
Not yet.
Did you? Yeah, you too. So Jacqueline, can you start and then Victoria can answer?
Okay. I think it depends on the situation and the person. Sometimes I'm very sure the difference between polite and rude, but in sometimes I get unsure because some people behave very different from me, and I perceive in this time some people looks like they are rude, but they are not actually rude. It's just the way they are. For example, I see a lot of that when I know someone and I speak for text with this person, and I think, whoa, this person is so rude. And when I know this person in, how can I say, pessoalmente, I can notice that is the way they behave on messages, on text, and pessoalmente they are polite, and in text they are rude, for example. What about you, Victoria?
So I believe when you're feeling like someone's getting rude with you, just let the person know. You know, if you don't know for the person will be rude. Or sometimes the person it isn't rude. It's like you said, in the message the person is rude, but in person you say, okay, I was thinking in a different way, maybe because we can't hear their voice when the person is texting, maybe, you know. So I believe just let the person know when you're not feeling okay about their behaviors, like being rude or not being rude. I'm not being rude. I don't believe you. We don't have to say it because it's okay. But when the person is being rude or unpolite, I believe we have to say it because we are not feeling well when the people are doing it with us. So if you are in the streets or just talking to a friend, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the situation. Just put yourself in the first place. You know, don't let the other person do something that you don't like to. I believe it's all. And of course, it's as Ayla said before, if you're in the store and the person do it if you're a public person like another person, it's okay. Just move on. But if it's a person who works in the place, just don't return to the store anymore.
Yeah, I think that I agree with you. Like what you guys said about the internet, they think they are polite with you, but in reality, they are not. Like it happens a lot because I think that how people write things and express themselves on the internet is different a little bit. So yeah, it happens a lot with me too. So yeah. And who wants to read the question
Who wants
for
to read the number? The number 4. Luana is frozen again. Who wants to read the question? Ayla?
So, okay. Number 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In which situation it is extra important to be polite? I think there are some situations, yeah, it's important. I think mostly when people are hurt, for example, and I think in that moment it's important you show us your empathy and show your passions, because when people are scary or hurt, they I don't know, they feel I think they are confusing about the situation, and when you show them your empathy, your passion, your kindness, I think they feel more comfortable about the the bad situation, and I think it's very important, especially especially when there is fragile people like elderly or children or disabled people. Yeah, and into Wanda.
I follow you. You are totally correct. And I add something like in a places to be extra polite, like hospitals, you need to be quiet, and churches, you need to be respectful. I think there is some places when you need to get extra polite in in all the spaces of this place. Yeah. And how about you, Anna?
Yes, yes, I agree with you. I think it's necessary to be extra polite when you are at the hospital, at the church, or when the person is hurting. And I think when you are attending the meeting in your job and your boss or the person is speaking or telling something, I think it's necessary to be quiet and to be polite in this place, because don't check your cell phone when you are the meeting. I think it's extra important. How about you, Jaqueline?
I believe when you go to an interview, a job interview, or because you are being evaluated, and in your job environment, because you need to create a good environment to work with your team, and it makes all difference, because you can create a toxic environment or a good environment, and it's reflected in the teamwork, uh, and the results you will deliver. Uh, and that's it. And about you, Victoria?
I don't know if we have to be in a extra polite. I believe we have to be polite every moment and or being extra polite in every moment. I believe it's important. If you are extra polite or anything wherever you are or independent of the moment, it's okay. You're not getting hurt of being polite, so I believe being polite or extra polite at every moment, it's a good thing.
And you, Luana? How about you?
Yeah, I think that when we are in like reunions at work, at job, like you guys said, it's important to be polite and especially not try not to use your cell phone, like you guys said, because nowadays we easily get distracted with our cell phone And I think that's really impolite. So yeah, I agree with you guys. And that's it. So I'm a little frozen again. My internet is really bad today. So question 5. What are some good table manners? Do you guys know table manners? What that means? So Ana Paula, do you have what do you think about it?
Yeah. First of all, when I don't know if it happen in other all family, but in my family we have to sit around the table to have breakfast, to have lunch, and to have dinner. I think it's very important to eat around the table. And I have some friends or relatives, and they don't sit around the table, and each person sit in one place and in front of TV or in the bedroom. And for I think the most important is sit around the table, and don't check cell phone, and I think to respect at the moment. And another thing is don't talk with the month with food. And I think I don't like when I am sitting around the table and the people talk to me with the month with food. How about you, Wanda?
I totally agree with you. In my case too, in my family, we need to stay in a table to get dinner, get lunch. Breakfast is more difficult because the time is different for many, and many people here do a jejum intermediate and don't take the breakfast. And I hate when I stay in the table and person talk to me with plain food in the mouth. Oh my gosh, it's totally terrible. When they finish and they pet do some sounds, I don't know in English. It's totally terrible for me, my gosh. And if you we finish when we finish the table, when finish the dinner, it's really polite to do the dish. It's not to let the dish for one person to do that, I think. And how about you, Ayla?
So guys, I totally agree with you, Ana Paula and Wanda. I think it's very important uh, when family are get together to have the dinner or lunch. And I think it's important to everyone to respect for that moment and don't stay all the time to check your cell phone, and to look for to show your pay attention about the others are talking. So, and I think I agree. It's terrible when people are talking to with your mouth full, and yeah, or when people burpee. I think arrotar burpee. It's impolite behavior. It's it's very bad. Okay. And what about you, Jacqueline?
I agree with all of you said, and I will reinforce that. You with your mouth closed, keep your phone out of the table. Remember to use your napkin. Instead of reaching something that you want across the table, you can ask for someone pass it to you. I believe is that, and I think it's polite to, how can I say, help the host to organize the table and the utensils after the dinner. I believe it's very polite. And about you, Victoria?
Okay, I agree with all. I believe it's good manners in the table. Like, yeah, I don't like them. I I live in a place that we don't have lunch together. We don't have breakfast together, and it's okay if you want to go to your place. It's okay. We don't have to do anything. But when you are together in the family, like with the whole family, it's really boring because it's really, really many roles that you can't do in the table. So yeah, it's annoying me a lot. Like, it's not only you can burp, you can, it's more, oh my God, you just change your fork and your knife if your hands in the, oh my God, it isn't a really awful thing to do. It's a simple thing. Why can't just with my right hand? Like, it's okay. It's really boring that every time there is something to looking, okay, this one is doing something really wrong, and it's annoying me a lot. Like, just leave me and let me eat my food with my right hand. It's okay, you know if you're not really annoying someone around you, the little things, it isn't important. Like, the people, the host has to tell you where you can sit. If the host don't tell you where you can sit, you can't sit at the table at all. So why I just want to sit and eat my food. It's all. So you can't just get up at the table if the host don't eat everything. So okay, I wait, but there are some little things that annoy me a lot, and I don't know why these rules exist at the table. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, people who are eating with the mouth open is annoying. Eat and burp a lot, or it's annoying. So yeah, in this part I agree with you.
So yeah, I'm here. I'll listen to you guys. I agree, like, with with what you said about having time to eat together somehow, because I
She's frozen again. Oh,
like my family a lot, and I love when we have. I'm frozen again.
it's now good. Your connection today is
Is the worst.
terrible.
Yeah. So
But okay now. I think not. Oh my gosh. Poor Luana. Yeah.
Tadinho.
Yeah,
yeah, I was saying that it's like to have.
yeah. I think Victoria is frozen too. The connection of Victoria is finished. I think you have time to another one or not. Jacqueline, can you read the number 6?
I can. Is eavesdropping rude? Is it impolite to listen to other people's private conversations? I don't know the meaning of eavesdropping,
Either me.
but I believe I will answer the second part of the question.
Yeah.
Is it impolite to listen to other people's private conversations? Yeah. For me, it's very, very, very impolite because it's, how can I say, each person needs to have a private life, even when you are married or you have someone in your life. I think you need a private space for you to talk with your friends and etc. And I think you see conversations of other person without the improvement is very, very impolite and disrespectful. And about you, Vanda?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't know this eavesdropping. What is this? But the second part is totally rude. If they talk to a private conversation, it's impossible for me to hear this conversation. It's totally rude. Yeah. And you, Ana Paula?
Yes, I totally agree with you. In my case, for example, the beginning of the pandemic, I tried to take a psychologist online, but it's not possible because I live with my mom, and sometimes it was a little bit difficult because I needed to be in a private place, and sometimes I open the door and my mom was yeah, and yes, I don't like it to listen to, and sometimes we are in the place and the people speak, I don't know, alto, lawyer loud, and it's not it's possible to listen to what the person is talking. But yes, I think when the conversation is private, I think it's impolite. Yeah. How about you, Ayla?
Yeah, I agree, guys. I don't know this meaning, this word, if is topic, but I I think it's about to listen what other people are talking to. Yeah, I think, yeah, I think it's unrespectful manner, and it's no good. I sometimes I notice when there are people stay around the other people are who are agree, or I don't know, talk a little loud. And I notice the there are people like to be near, and